Good evening, everybody. Today we're going to attempt to do this wall clock one more time. The first attempt didn't go well. What I had done is tried to use some UV resin in here the first attempt because I had some resin I was going to make the clock with on the back side that I had a bunch I needed to pour from the last video I had done on the Let's Resin bubble remover, which is on now. That's why you hear that noise in the background. I've already mixed my resin. I'm trying to make these videos shorter. If you want to learn how to make resin, you can see a lot of my other videos in the beginning. I did just mix equal parts A and B, one of these cups for A, one of these cups for B. I put them in this cup, and then right now I'm looking at the cup over there. It's about this big. I think that's going to be plenty. This clock, let me turn it around. This is what it looks like. So it has 12 written out, and then 1, 2, and 3 written out. Number 4, 5, 6 written out. 7, 8, 9 written out. 10, 11. I'm not sure about this. It seems like a nice mold. However, I messed it up by putting the UV resin in. It took me over 2 hours to get the UV resin, and I'm not kidding. It was horrible. It was super sticky. It did not cure, and then I had poured black all on the back with some leaves, and when I went to peel it off, it was just really runny. It was horrible. I got it on my clothes. I got it everywhere, and it wasn't fun. So UV resin, not recommended on this, and it could be the kind I bought. I bought some stuff from Michael's, and it did not work. So what I'm going to do for this right now, all we're going to do is fill in these letters and let it cure. I am using the Amazing Clear epoxy, which I really do love because it doesn't take very long to cure. However, it is thick. So that's why I use the bubble thing. I think you try to get the bubbles out and warm it up a little bit, and that does help with warming it up. I also mixed it for 3 minutes in here. I got my handy little kitchen timer I absolutely love. This time I put it on silent, and when it was on silent, this started flashing. So you can turn this on with the noise, off in the middle, on with, it says silent. However, it does flash, and then it has a little stand. It's awesome. Minutes, it goes all the way up to 60 minutes, 59 minutes, whatever. So anyways, so I'm going to get my epoxy off of the bubble machine, and I'll be right back with you. All right, I'm back. I got the resin out of the bubble machine. I technically didn't really need to put it in there because I'm not doing any clear resin, but it is still nice to do. Mainly I need that for when I'm doing just clear only, so you can't see the bubbles. When I mix with micro powder, it really doesn't show the bubbles, but it's still nice to do. But anyways, so like I said, it took forever to clean out. You can still see there's pieces of UV. I did everything to get it out. It's still a little bit stained, but we'll make it work. So what I'm going to do is take some of this gold mica powder. I do think I made too much, but maybe not. So here's my resin. And I'm going to put some gold mica powder. This is called Tiki Rouge, my favorite. It's going to last me for a long time. And I'm just going to put a little bit, because you don't want too much because then it won't cure properly. So just enough. And I save my spoons. I don't use them in the resin. And then I just get one of these stir sticks. On the side here, I got stuff to use. I'm going to try one of these for these finer areas. And then I have my Q-tips I'm going to need for wiping the sides off, which I didn't have when I attempted this the first time. So I hardly used any mica powder. And what my intention is to do is do this gold, and then do the back like a marble green and black, maybe. We'll see. I'm not sure how I feel about this clock. I bought this It shows that you can put a clear image in here of a person or whatever, and then cover it. And it looked really, really neat how they did it, but that ain't what I'm going to do today. So I know I mixed too much, but I've got these See No Evil, Hear No Evil skulls. And here's the See No Evil. I just did a set for my daughter. That's in one of my videos. I'm not sure which one. I didn't do a video on doing them. It was just kind of a fluke. I just had extra resin. And so if I have any left, I'll just fill up half of it with it and then do multicolor. But these are so cute. I actually love these. But all right, so we're going to we've got this option and we've got this. So for this, I'm going to pour a little bit in here to start out with. I'm going to put my glasses on because I cannot see up close. So for the bigger parts, like the 7, let's see, let's start up here. You don't need very much at all. Yeah, these are tiny. I'm not liking how tiny these are. But we're going to try to make it work. They say to pour on one side instead of trying to pour the whole thing, and then it will go into the other sides. That makes sense. See, I'm already making a mess. But yeah, I'm not liking this at all. So I'm going to use this little thing I've never really used. They come with some of your resin supplies. So you can take out resin, I heard. If you got too much, you squeeze it. It's like a little suction cup. That actually worked. And then the Q-tip. Yeah, this is like very fine. I could have never been a doctor, that's for sure. So I'm going to squeeze this and get some inside. These even have measuring 2 milliliters, 3 millimeters on the side. Yeah, I thought the UV resin, it filled better, but it didn't cure at all. Let me try something else. Let's see. Gotta remove some. think I'm just going to go across it and then just scrape off the top of it. Let's see if that works. This is hard, just trying to get it into each little section. It's starting to look all right. So I'm just going to overfill it and then take some out by scraping it. So the 6 does have a little dot for the eye. So be mindful of that if you do purchase this. It also came with the clock, the motor. It comes with seconds, hours, and minutes. So this works good. Just go like this, go across, flatten it out, clean up the rest with a Q-tip. There, I think I figured it out. Maybe. Definitely need something smaller next time. All right, let's clean this up. I'm gonna go ahead and pour the rest of that in here. All right, I'm gonna set this over here and clean this up. Next time, if I get a clock, I'll get one where the numbers are separate. So I'm going to finish cleaning this up. I guess you understand what I'm doing now. And then in a few hours when this is cured, because this will cure quick, even though it's thin, I heated up the resin in the bubble machine. So it's probably going to cure in a couple of hours to enough just at least fill the back. So I will get back to you after that is done. And thank you for watching. All right, we are back and it looks like everything turned out really well. When I left you, I was cleaning up the areas around it and I noticed that the 9, the little dot, was missing. So just be mindful of that if you purchase this. So the 6 and the 9 both have little dots. So just make sure you cover them. And you know how much epoxy to use. So I filled 2 8-ounce cups and poured them into a 16-ounce cup, and then I was going to put it in my bubble machine, but I knew it would overflow. So when you do get the bubble machine, don't make a mistake I did and have it bubble over. So I had resin all in the bottle of the bubble machine. Luckily they had a silicone mat provided and I caught it in time. So that is a thing. When you use a bubble machine, make sure you have a bigger cup. So this time I used this and it's very clear. And this says 16 ounces. This whole thing is like it's about 5 cups. But it has a line on it that says 4 cups, and then it doesn't show the 5 cups. But anyways, what I'm going to do is use black pigment paste and green pigment paste. Anyways, I'll put the links in the description. And I've got this really cool divider. So I'm going to put black in one side and green in the other side. I have not used this before. It also came with a 3 divider, 4 divider, and a 5 divider. So I got a 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So I'm going to use the 2 divider. So let's go ahead and mix this. This did turn out really, really well. So maybe I'll like it after all. We'll see. Oh, one more thing. Here's the parts it came with. It came with 1 quartz clock movement. Here are the directions. I am not good at reading directions. I'll admit that. So I YouTubed it. So it tells you basically how to put it on. And I will show you that once we put this on, if this turns out. All right. So let's get this going. So like I said, I put 8 and 8. So I'm just gonna fill. I do have these gloves on I got from my husband because I cannot get those silicone gloves on. These came from Harbor Freight. They're really nice. You can wipe this part off. You just can't get anything on the back, which for the most part I don't. So it was exactly 8 and 8, but it went down a little bit after it went under the bubble remover machine for some reason. Or I guess just mixing in general. So let's make sure this is even. Pretty good. All right. So here's the black. And when you put the pigment paste on your stick, you need very, very, very small amount. You just open it up, put the stick in, and pull it out. You don't even scoop it. And it goes a long, long way. I like this better than mica powder because mica powder, one, when you mix it, it just goes all into the air. And you don't have to use so much of the paste. Mica powder, you have to use quite a bit. This is already getting warm. So I'm going to try to hurry up here. I put this on actually for 15 minutes. I probably didn't need to do that because I am using colors but I still want to make sure I don't have a lot of bubbles. Now this is a little bit clearer than I want, so I don't think it's going to mix well with the black. A little bit more. Paste in here. And this stuff stains your hands. Just warn you. This is the color I use for my turtle. It's absolutely pretty. See, it's almost clear. This is a kind of clear too. You're not mixing it good enough. All right, so let's get my little cup. I sure hope this is going to be enough. So it looks like this is going to be about 4 ounces on each side. So I guess you just, like I said, I haven't used one of these. I guess I'm just going to pour it in a corner and swirl it around. Oh, wow. All right. It's going to be kind of see-through maybe. Should have did a little bit darker. We will see. All right, let's mix the rest. This might be enough. Make sure I get in the right side. I need to start writing down the measurements of each mold that I use. You can see the bubbles are popping. So that's nearly 8 ounces of each black and each. This will be 16 ounces total. Let's try this again. Ooh, it got a little bit darker. Oh, nice. All right. That's pretty. Oh, wow. This just might do it. I think this is going to fill it up. Oh my goodness. I get excited. And make sure you do not cover this part up. That's where the clock motor will be. Wow. I'm getting better and better at mixing without having so much left over. Like the black got blacker at the bottom. I must not stirred it right. I think that's what happened. I'm excited. Hopefully the gold will give it a little bit of character. It's starting to cure already. Just kind of drizzle it like that. Ooh, pretty. Oh my goodness. So I wanted it a little bit darker, so I'm going to kind of keep getting some of the black out of here. Oh my goodness. I don't want to mix it too much because then the green will, you won't be able to see the green. Just kind of swirl it around a little bit. Just a little bit. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to put the stick in here. That's another tip for you. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. If you put your sticks in here, when you when it dries, you can just pull out the resin. So I think that's, I'm going to leave it here. I think it's pretty full. It doesn't have to be totally, remember it's going to be laying against the wall. So, all right, I'm going to stop here. And I cannot wait to demold this tomorrow. All right, we are back for the demolding. It's been about 25 hours since we poured this. I've already sprayed some mold release. I have not opened it just so I can get in there and open this up better. So you can use soap and water, I heard, but I've just tried the mold release. So let's get started. So I might do it this way. Ooh. Oh my goodness. These are sticking to the numbers. I'm just spraying this because the numbers are sticking. I'm scared it's going to break. There we go. Let me wipe it off. Now the numbers are very prominent. They stick out quite a bit. A good 1/4 inch. Oh my goodness, it's not bad. Look at that. Now the back is a little bit sharp because I didn't fill it all the way, but I'm going to just take that deburring tool. I don't think I showed that to you on this video. That may have been my last video. But here's a deburring tool I bought. When I first bought it, it was hard to get used to, but you kind of hold it like you're peeling a potato, and you scrape off the edges like this. Look at that. And it makes it smoother so you can put your glide it across. Because it is a little bit sharp right here. But I didn't fill it all the way. Well, this actually works not too bad. And it came with extra blades. Nice. That's going to be the back anyways, but I don't want anybody, if I were to sell it or something, cut their fans on it. Anyways, let's dab this. It turned out pretty good. Let's just clean it up a little bit. Actually, I'm going to put it on the mat. This is kind of wet. Wow. Beautiful. Look at that. Not too bad. All right, so let's try to figure out together. And this is the tool I was talking about. Let's figure out together how to put this together. So it comes with, so this is the hour, minutes, seconds. This goes in last, so it sticks in the end of this. So what they said to do is to put your, so it came with a little gasket and a ring screw, a washer. So it came with 3 things. So what I was told in the video, so what you do is put your rubber gasket on first and put this in the hole, evidently. All right. And they say they make the threads longer for thicker molds. So you can tell, you can thread it all the way down there. Sorry, let's see. It's long. And then you put your washer and this. So rubber gasket, let's try this again. Clock, rubber gasket. Put it underneath your clock. And this can go to any clock, I guess this is how you do it. Washer. Put this down farther so you can see. And then turn your loop. All right, so that's in place. I didn't do it very tight, so I do need to probably get a little tool because this is turning as I turn it. Let me take this back up. All right. All right, so you do the hour, and there's 3 little notches where it's supposed to rest on. So this goes down on the hour. All right. This goes down on the first one. This must go down on the second one. There we go. And then this goes in the hole. All right, so I'm going to go get a battery and I'll be right back. All right, I got my battery. And it does not have a back. It did not come with a back. All right, so put the plus in first. That happened to me on another clock that I had made, and it was basically a standing clock. So this is my first wall clock, but I have done the standing clocks, and the batteries went in the same way. But they do have a different face mount for theirs. Those are round, but when I put the batteries in, it's the same concept. Put the plus in first and then the minus, or you can't get it in there very well. So this is how you turn it. So let's see what time it is. Okay, so it's 10:25. The bad thing is I don't have this mounted very well. 10. Let's see, I'm just going to move it like this. 10:25. It's moving. I'm just going to hold it with my hand underneath. So what I'm going to do, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to test it out. I'm just going to lay it flat down. That way I don't move the back. Let's test her out. So we're going to have to start over. All right, so it is on the 6 for the seconds. It's 15:33. So this should be at 16:33 if it's working correctly. Okay, so this says 1, 2, 3. So that's accurate. So it's 30 seconds. It just showed 16:03. So this should say 33 when I get to the 33. I just want to make sure the seconds are right. And then I'm going to kind of see if the hour and minutes move. It's on the 6. Yes. So this is correct. This is very accurate. Considering it's not tied down, it's doing a pretty good job. Now, like I said, these are flimsy. Look, that just moved. That one just moved. So just be mindful of this is the one that came with it. Now you can order separate ones, which I did order a pack. I have not opened them yet. So let me see where those are at and see if they're the same thing. So I did order some extra ones, have not even opened them. And these are the same. That is it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more videos to come. And for all my new subscribers, welcome aboard, and I hope you learned something from my videos. Feel free to comment if there's any questions you have, and I appreciate you watching.